Hello, this is a lecture for undergraduate students studying in the 3rd MBBS. I am starting with the procedure of dilatation and evacuation or dilatation and curettage both. So basically our aim is to learn the instrument first as along with the procedures. We take the patient in operation table. We give the patient short general anesthesia. Then lithotomy position is required. After giving lithotomy position, we paint the parts. So these are the two instruments for that. The bowl taking the betadine, swabs and swab holder. How to identify the swab holder? The swab holder is a long instrument. It has short blades but long handles and a box joint. It has serrations inside and hole over the blade to hold anything, any subject. So it gives a good holding capacity. Why this instrument is long? We have to paint them to make the patient sterile. Patient is not sterile, right? So we take a swab holder and we paint the part. So we have to stay away. We are already scrubbed. So we can stay away from the patient and paint the parts, and that is why this instrument is being kept long. So just take it out. This is a swab holder. Okay. Once patient has been painted, we drape the patient with the drapes. Here are the drapes I have taken in the trolley. So we drape one leg, second leg and lower down, and the one whole sheet we keep. So basically properly drape the patient. Only part which is to be operated, that area only is to be kept open. Now we start the procedure of dilatation and evacuation. First instrument is speculum. This speculum is a Sims speculum. Whenever you are asked to describe this instrument in the grades of the instrument, one is a smaller one, you can see. The second one is a bigger one. It can be broader, it can be smaller also. These blades or which number speculum we have to use, that we decide according to the parity of the patient. So if the patient is infertile, if the patient has not delivered, she will require her vaginal capacity is small, so she will require a small speculum. The patient who has been delivered vaginally multiple times, the vagina would be more spacious, so larger size instrument would be required. So how do we keep the instrument? The same speculum is always being used with anterior wall retractor. So I am showing you with this how do we keep. Patient is lying down. Patient is supposed lying down, right? So we keep the speculum vertically and make it transverse. Once it is inserted inside the vagina, we introduce the speculum vertically and make it transverse, and anterior wall retractor is being used to retract the anterior wall of vagina like this. Anterior wall retractor has serrations again and a hole. This is to accommodate the rugosity of the vagina. So once we have exposed the posterior and anterior vaginal wall, what are we going to see? Cervix. To see the cervix, we are using these two instruments. So now use of speculum and anterior vaginal wall retractor is to visualize the cervix in procedures like DNC, DNE, or tightening in obstetrics, for examination, any gynecological or obstetric examination, for taking pap smear, or to check any cervical pathology or bleeding. Okay, once you have exposed the speculum and anterior vaginal wall retractor, we have exposed the cervix. Then what we do, we catch hold of cervix. The anterior lip of the cervix, we catch hold with an instrument. This instrument is known as Valsalon. Again, have a look. This instrument is also long, just like a swab holder, but the blades are curved. It has teeth at the end of the blade, box joint, long handles and catch, clamp and crush. 3 catches. So this is a Valsalva. How would you differentiate it? With Ellis forceps. The important points I am putting together. See, the Ellis forceps is a long Ellis forceps. The blades are straight. There are catches, but the blades are not curved. So you can easily differentiate between the Ellis forceps and the Valsalva. Now you have got hold of the cervix with the Valsalva. The next point comes is the dilatation of the cervical canal. We have to enter inside the cervix. So these are set of dilators. They start from number 1 to 10 according to the thickness. On this side is a different thickness. Another point is a different thickness. How to hold the dilators? We hold the dilator in a pen-like fashion. And holding the dilator in a pen-like fashion, the third finger stays at the uterocervical junction, which we already take or assess the uterocervical length, so that we do not perforate the uterus with any instrument. So we will insert this inside the cervix from here, just beyond internal os. Once it is dilated this much, no need that we will injure the cervix until and unless we go beyond this third finger. So once I have dilated with this, I will rotate it with another side and I will pass it. We will take one number. After that, this is 4.5 and 5. So we will again hold it in a pen-like fashion, keep a guard and then insert and dilate. So we dilate accordingly. Suppose we are doing a medical termination of pregnancy, we know that 7 weeks are there, we need 7 number cannula. Here we are doing dilatation and evacuation. It is done in retained products of conception. So suppose I have dilated till the required amount with the help of dilator. The next thing I am going to pass would be the curettage. The curette has 2 ends. One is a blunt end, the other one is a sharp end. So blunt end will not injure usually, the sharp end can injure. So once I have dilated, I will enter again, I will hold it in a pen-like fashion with a guard. We will try to introduce vertically or transverse. We touch the fundus. We have touched the fundus. We start scraping all the walls of the uterus till grating. Once the sharp blunt curette has been done, we introduce the sharp curette and we do the curettage everywhere till grating. Grating is a sensation which we feel on our instrument that the products of conception has been evacuated completely and some bubbles are there just outside the cervix. So this shows that all the contents of the uterus have been evacuated. Suppose you are evacuating a big uterus, then this instrument can also be useful. This is called ovum forceps. The ovum forceps, again long instrument, short blades, long handles, but what is lacking is catches. There are no catches. And it has again bowl-like with slits, bowl-like blade at the end with slits. We again enter it closed, open inside, grab the things and rotate and remove. This is the way we use the ovum forceps to evacuate the uterus. After doing ovum, again we can curette. We have completed the curettage till grating. We make the patient in proper supine position and kneel and shift the patient.